Hi guys. So one of the things that I have people kind of comment to me as new writers or people who want to get into writing, because I have people all the time saying, "I want to write a book. I want to write a book. I always wanted to write a book," but they don't do it. And or people who just wrote a book and then feel a little like, some of my friends said this and this, and this is the thing. Okay, so and I see it all the time on social media too. The sort of writers go through these phases. They're excited. They write about their characters and they doubt it, and then they hate it, and they think it's terrible, and whatever. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all growing. We're all learning. That's what life's about. So if you think you're going to go from just learning to perfection, that everyone's going to love you, it's not going to happen. You could be the greatest writer in the world. It's not going to happen. There's going to be people who are like, I don't really like that person's books. Doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter what you do, whether it be writing or it doesn't matter. Writing, or if you are a landscaper or are painter, or if you work in a store, you're a lawyer. It doesn't matter what you do. So many people hate you and so many people love you. There's so many people who really are impressed by you, think you're terrific, and there's going to be people who don't like you. It doesn't matter who you are. My sick's all weird. Anyways, it's funny the things you notice when you're doing these videos, and I get off track so easily. Anyways, so the point is that we are a work in progress all the time. And, I've watched different videos online where people have talked about this. And one of the ones I think is great is Marie Forleo. She does a lot of videos with a lot of people, and they talk about the process of their creative work, especially. And it's really interesting. I think it's this sort of self-doubt is something that we all have. It doesn't matter who you are. You could be, like I said before, a best-selling author kind of thing, the best writer in the world, or you could be brand new. We all kind of have those doubts, but you sort of have to ride with it and keep going. You're always going to have people criticize you. And I actually did a video before where I said I almost quit writing because of editing, because it stressed me out so much and people criticized my editing. It didn't matter if I had a professional or not a professional or did it myself. It didn't matter. People always criticized it, whether I spent a lot of money on an editor or didn't. People always criticized it. And I got to the point I didn't even want to write anymore. And I thought, wow, so they would win. So I wouldn't be doing these books that I love and other people love just because of what somebody said. Wow, that's terrible. But, people do. And people sometimes don't even start writing for that same fear. There's some people who write and then throw their writing aside, saying, like, I'm not as good as whatever, whoever. You just have to do it, this life isn't about perfection, and it's about a process. It's about learning. It's about improving. I could go back to, say, my first video I did and think, oh my God, that's so terrible. Or I'll think something stupid. My hair looks terrible, and people must... it doesn't matter. It's all a process. It's about learning. It's about how you've come from here in the first day you did whatever to where you are now. So my first book to my 9th book. What's the difference? Well, I personally see huge differences. I think that's good. Other people might not. But, that's okay. It's okay. That's not what it's about. It's about doing what you're passionate about and what makes you happy, and because that's what you're meant to do. That's why you're passionate about it. Just the same with topics for me that I write about. I write about those because I'm passionate about them. I'm interested in them. I find them fascinating, and so they come into my writing. And I think, at the end of the day, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Now, as for critics, when people do criticize you, they're allowed to have their opinion, whatever it is. That's fine. You are entitled to not really care. And you can listen, and sometimes, they might have valid points, but maybe they don't. And you can't sort of let that eat up at you. And I think that people do sometimes. It's not good. It'll completely halt you in your creativity. It will halt you as far as you might, like I say, you may have said, you may not even want to continue writing. So you can't allow that to bother you. Take it with a grain of salt. Take everything with a grain of salt, whether it be compliments or insults or criticisms. Always take it all with a grain of salt, even the compliments. I mean, it's nice to have compliments and, you get sort of that ego boost, but you can't thrive on it too much because, that also has to be taken with a grain of salt. That's a good thing. It's positive. It should encourage you, but you can't get too wrapped up in it too. That's just my thoughts on it. So what do you think? In whatever you do, whether it be writing or something else, creative or not creative, how do you deal with criticism? Do you deal with criticism? Has it ever tied you down? Has it ever made you not want to move ahead with your goal? Or has it completely stopped you from doing a goal? Let me know. Just curious. And if you're a new writer out there or you've been around for a while and you're feeling criticized and it's frustrating you and scaring you and making you feel like you should quit, I don't know. I don't think so. I think you should really follow what you really believe. Maybe you're onto something and maybe you're writing the wrong, maybe you're writing a book when you should be writing short stories, or maybe you're writing short stories when you should be writing a blog, and maybe you're writing a blog when you should be writing a script. It might be just the format that you're taking. I've often thought, for example, I like writing scenes. I have scenes in my head. I like writing them, but I like focusing more on the dialogue. So maybe that's something for me. Maybe I should be writing scripts, for example. And I have considered it for that reason. So again, it doesn't mean that you're in the wrong area. It just might mean you might have to adjust things a little bit. Maybe you're not quite in the right place yet. Maybe there's still things for you to learn. But it doesn't mean you shouldn't be doing it. That's my thoughts from here. I'd like to hear yours. Have a good day, guys. Bye-bye.